Good evening, everyone. In the last session, we understood some logical programs on the arrays. Right. Arrays are divided into two types, guys. Arrays are divided into two types. One is single dimensional array, and second one is multi-dimensional array. We can categorize arrays into two types. One is single dimensional array and the second one is multi-dimensional arrays. When it comes to single dimensional array, we already created integer array is equal to new integer of size. So this is called as single dimensional array. That means we are going to store the data just in one dimension, or we are going to store the data just as one row. For example, I want to store my data like a matrix. Rows and columns I want to store in my array. So now I want to store 1, 2 as well as 3 and 4. I want to store 4 values in the form of rows and columns. Then we will go for multi-dimensional array. So how to create this multi-dimensional array? So see here, to create multi-dimensional array, integer array of right. So these double brackets are going to represent it is multi-dimensional array. So when we are creating multi-dimensional array, we need to specify rows size and we need to specify columns size. That means how many rows you want to take and how many columns you want to take in the array, that we need to declare at the time of array declaration. So single dimensional array means directly the data will be stored in one row. If you want to represent your data as multiple rows and columns, then we need to go for multi-dimensional array. Rows will be available as well as columns also will be available. Now let us try to write one program. On this multi-dimensional array. Okay, I'm going to take one class name multi-dimension array. Multi-dimension array, I'm taking it as a class name. So here we are writing main method. What is the purpose of a main method? Public static void main. I'm taking a main method. It is used to run our program. So we are compiling the program and we are running the program. When we run the program, execution will start from main method only. Main method is called as entry point for JVM execution. All right. Now inside this, I can create one array, integer array. I'm going to create multi-dimensional array. So here row size we are going to specify and column size also we are going to specify. So 2 rows and 2 columns, that is 2 by 2 array, 2 by 2 matrix I am going to create. Now when I create a array with 2 by 2, what is the meaning of that? Array means a container. I'm creating a container like this. Now row index will start from 0. As well as column index also will start from 0. 0, 1 and here 0, 1. Are you guys clear with my point? 0 row index will be there as well as column index also will be available. Now 0 will be available as an index and it is going to start from the 0. The index is going to start from 0. Now it is going to start from 1. 0 and 1 will be available as a index. How to access? Now suppose I'm storing some data 100. Okay, here I'm going to store the data as 200. here I'm storing the data as a 300 and I want to store the data 400 here. How can I identify the index of this first row, first column? 0, 0. So this will be identified as a 0 and 0. Right. How this will be identified? 0 and 1. That means this is a row 0. Row 0 and this is row 1. Row 0 and row 1. So that means the index it is going to represent here as a 0 and here it is going to represent as 1. Column index will start from 0 and column index 0 and 1 is available. So this box where the 100 is available, we will identify that as 0, 0. This 200 box will be identified by 0, 1. 300 box will be identified by 1, 0. 400 box will be identified by 1, 1. So it is a multi-dimensional array which is used to store the data in the form of rows and columns. Rows and columns. But in the real time, we don't use these multi-dimensional arrays. In my project, I have not used this multi-dimensional array in any scenario. In the project, if you want to represent collection of items, there is a concept called collections. That is most important. Just for understanding purpose, I'm going to show you only one example because this is not that much important for our project's development. All right. Multi-dimensional array. It is used to represent the data in the form of rows and columns. Now, I want to store the data. Array of 0 and array of 0 is equal to 100. Array of 0 is equal to 100. So what is the meaning of 0 is equal to 100? So this is my box. This is my box. Number of columns, number of rows. So this I can say it as this is row 1, row 0 and this is row 1. This one I will call it as column 0 and this is column 1. Row 0, row 1, column 0, column 1. So this will be represented as 0, 0. This will be represented as 0, 1. It will be represented as 1, 0. Row 1, column 0. This is row 1, column also 1. Now, if I want to store the data in the first box, then I am going to use array of 0 and 0. That means in the first box we are storing the data. I am storing 100 here. I am storing 100 here. Suppose I want to store the data 0th row, first column. 0th row, first column. How can we do that? Array of 0 and array of 1. I am storing 200. I'm storing 200. Now, two rows available, 2 columns available. This is first row, 2 columns completed. First row, 2 columns completed. Now, in the second row, first column, I want to store the data. Array of 1 and array of 0. So, I'm going to store 300. That means 200 will be stored here and our 300 will be stored here. Now I want to store the data row 1, column 1. Row 1, column 1. How can we do that? Row 1 and column 1. Array of 1, 1. Array of 1, 1 we are going to use to store the data. 1, 1 I am using to store the data. That's it. So this is a program which is used to create multi-dimensional array. In the multi-dimensional array, 2 sizes are available. First size represents rows count. Second size represents columns count. So row is starting from 0. Column is also starting from 0. So row 0, column 0. That means this box will be considered. Row 0, column 1. That means second box will be considered. Row 1, column 0, this box will be considered. Row 1, column 1, that means this box will be considered. In order to store the data or in order to retrieve the data, you need to supply row index and column index also. To store the data, here I am using row index and I am using column index also. Can we print this array now? Can we print this array now? Yes. What is the simplest method to print the array? Can I go for arrays dot toString of our array? Yes. Arrays is my class. Arrays is a predefined class. Arrays is a predefined class. So how can we print this by using arrays? We need to import arrays class. How to do the import? java.util.star. Let me save it. Take the class name. Guys, I have seen some people are saving the file name with different class name and file name are different. Don't do that. Your class name and file name should be same. So use the class name and file name as same. Now go to our workspace, multi-dimensional array.java. I'm saving that. Let's go to CMD. Let's go for CMD. Then try to execute it. Java C space multi-dimensional array.java. Compiled successfully. Java space multi-dimensional array. I have given the wrong class name. Right. Am I able to get the data? Am I able to get the data? When I am doing arrays.toString, is it printing the data? No. Why? Because is it a single dimensional array or it is a multi-dimensional array? It is a multi-dimensional array. It is a multi-dimensional array. So this is not going to work out. This is not going to work out. Can we check the length of the array? Can we check the length of the array? How to check the length of the array? Array dot length. Array dot length. Here, sorry, let's try. Java C multi-dimensional array dot Java. Java space multi-dimensional array. What is the length it is giving? 2. That means it is giving rows length or columns length? Rows length or columns length? Rows length. Now, can I change the column length and try that? Rows length I am giving as 2. Columns length I am giving as 3. Now I am trying to get the length of the array. Compile it once again. My program is changed. Run this. Now giving 2 only. That means it is considering which length now? It is considering the rows length only. So whenever you use multi-dimensional array, it is giving rows length only. Guys, if I don't give this, can I create an array without giving the columns length? Can I create an array only by using rows length without columns length? Possible or not possible? Check karo. Check karo. Java C multi-dimensional array.java. Am I able to compile? Yes, I'm compiling. I'm able to compile. But at the time of execution, null pointer exception we are getting. But can I create an array only with row size? Yes, possible. We can do that. We can here, whenever we are creating an array, this first size is mandatory, second size is optional. First size is mandatory, second size is optional. Now I'm giving row size as 2, column size also as 2. When I access the length, it is giving me only rows length but not the columns length. All right. Now can I access the data which is available in row 1 column 0? Can I access the data which is available in row 1 column 0? Yes. How can I access the data which is available in? What is the disturbance? Tell them to keep quiet. All right. So now I want to access the data which is available in row 1 and column 0. How can I get that? System.out.println of array of row 1 and column 0. So if I write like this, what is the output? What is the output? 300. Row 1, column 0 data I'm trying to access. Java C multi-dimensional array.java, Java space multi-dimensional array. We are getting 300. Okay, this is fine. I'm able to get the data of the particular row and column. Now, I want to get all the elements of the array. I want to get all the elements of the array. Can I do that? How? For loop. Can I try with for loop? Yes, okay. For integer I is equal to 0, I less than arr dot length comma I plus plus. Okay. I'm writing one for loop. I'm writing one for loop to access the data of my array. Remember, array is not single dimensional, array is multi-dimensional array. So now here, can I directly access my array data by using array of I like this? If I access array of I, what will happen? Can we try? Can we try? Can we print it now? Can we print it now? System.out.println of array of I. Array of I. Now, can you tell me what is the output? Come on, what is the output? Java space multi-dimension array. It's not garbage. That is object representation in the Java. It is not a garbage. It is a object representation in the Java. This is two-string format of the object. That is a two-string format of the object. It is not garbage. It is representing one array object. That means whenever you access array of I, whenever you access array of I, that means array of 0. Array of 0 means it is representing your first row. It is representing your first row. First row is one array. Second row is one array. So there are two arrays are available. In the first row, one array is available. In the second row also, one array is available. So that's why whenever you write a loop with one loop, array of I, that means you are passing just row index. You are passing just row index. You are not passing column index. You are not passing column index. Now, if I pass like this, then what will happen? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Am I going to get all the elements of the array? No. What elements I'm going to get now? 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. That means in the first row, first column, in the last row, last column. So when this loop is executed, I'm going to get, my loop is going to start from 0. My loop is starting from 0. Array of I, that means array of 0 and 0. What is the meaning of array of 0 and 0? Row 0, column 0. So it is going to give me the output as 100. It will give me the output as 100. After that, I value will be incremented. I value will become 1. When I value becomes 1, then what will happen? Array of 1 and 1. What it is giving me? It is going to give 400. That means first row, first column, second row, last column only I'm going to get if I write like this. Are you guys able to understand? Right. If I don't write this second I, what will happen? it will print first row, it will print second row. When it is printing the first row and second row, is that data available in the readable format? That data not available in the readable format? That data not available in the readable format. Sir, what is that format? That is object representation in the Java. Your object will be represented like that. That is the toString format of our object. So once we get into java.object class, java.lang.object class, I will tell you what is a toString method, what is a hash code method, what is equals method. There are so many predefined methods are available. It is printing complete row. Row is one object. Row is one object. Now, in order to access the data from multi-dimensional array, what I need to write now? My loop should execute like this: array of 0 and 0. And next it should execute array of 0 and array of 1. Next it should execute array of 1, array of 0. Next it should execute array of 1, array of 1. So if your loop execute like this, then you can get all the elements of the array. By using single loop, can I achieve that? By using single loop, can I achieve that? No. Then what should I need to do? What I need to do now? I need to go for nested loop. I need to go for nested loop. Can you tell me now? For integer j is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, j less than array dot length, then j plus plus, j plus plus. Okay. Now, can I write like this? System dot out dot println of array of I and j. Array of I and j. I value is 0, j value is also 0. So now first outer loop will execute. Outer loop will execute. I value is 0. Then we will come into inner loop. In the inner loop, j value is also 0. Array of 0, 0. Array of 0, 0 means 100 will come. Array of 0, 0 means 100 will come. Once one loop iteration is completed, j value will be incremented. J value will become from 0 to 1. I value is still 0. Then second iteration, array of 0 and 1. Array of 0, 0 and 1. When it is 0 and 1, it is going to give me 200. Are you able to understand? So you cannot retrieve all the elements of multi-dimensional array with one loop. Definitely you need to go for nested loop only. Definitely you need to go for nested loop only. Perfect. Save this program. Java C, that class name, then Java space class. Am I able to get all the elements of the multi-dimensional array? Yes, we are able to access all the elements of multi-dimensional array by using nested for loop. Can I do the same thing by using for each loop also? Can I do that by using for each loop also? Can I do it or not? Can I try that? Yes or no? Let me try how to get the data from multi-dimensional array by using for each loop. Okay. Let me create one class, new class, some demo. I'm creating a class with a name called demo. All right. I'm taking a main method. Here array is already available. Let me take this array. Yes, array is created and data is also stored in the array. So how to write a for each loop? For which array we want to iterate? ARR. I want to get each element in the array. Each element in the array is a subarray. Each element in the array itself is a subarray. So now here I'm going to get one array. Here I'm going to get one array. Are you guys getting my point? Next, go inside this loop. Go inside this loop. Now what I need to do for integer x of a. Integer x of a, system.out.println of x. So this is used to iterate the elements available in multi-dimensional array. So what is the meaning of that? Sir, your array is available. Your array is a multi-dimensional array. If you are getting confused, let me do like this. Integer ABC is equal to, I'm storing some data. I'm storing some data. Okay. Can I say that it is one array? Can I say that it is one array? Yes or no? Yes. How can I iterate this array? For ABC is my array. ABC is my array. When I get the first element from the ABC, what element I am going to get? Int element. Can I store that element into one variable? Can I store that element into one variable? Integer k colon ABC. System.out.println of k. Forget about this. Forget about this. I have one array. In my array, data is available. Is it single dimensional array or it is a multi-dimensional array? It is a single dimensional. That means this is one container. I want to get each element of the container. I want to get the each element available in the container. I am trying to loop the container. I'm trying to loop the container. You can loop it by using for loop, or you can loop it by using for each loop also. You can loop it by using for loop, or you can loop it by using for each loop. When you go for loop, it is range based and we need to use the indexes also. But here for each loop is a advanced loop which introduced in Java 1.5 version. From the initial version of the Java, people used to work with the for loop only. In the Java 1.5 version, this for each loop came into market. It is also used to iterate the arrays and collections. Now, this is my for each loop. That means for each element in the array, store that into variable, then loop will be executed. Take the first element from the array, store into k variable, then print the k variable. Then take the second element from the array, store into k variable, then print the k variable. Then take the third element from the array, store into k variable, then print the k variable. So it is going to execute the loop for each element in the array, for each loop. What is the name of the loop? For each. That means for each element, the loop is going to execute. Let's run this program. Am I able to get all the three elements? Yes, that's fine. So let me comment it. Let me comment it. Now can I create a multi-dimensional array? Yes, I have created one multi-dimensional array. In that data is also available. Now multi-dimensional array means one array contain the subarray. One array contain the subarray. Now I want to iterate it. I want to iterate it. For what is the name of the array? ARR. The name of the array is ARR. When I access this array, it is going to give me complete array. When I access ARR, for each iteration, it will give me one row. It will give me one row. Row, can I call it as another array? It is a multi-dimensional array. When the multi-dimensional array, when I am calling array of 0, what I am getting? When I access array of 0, what I am getting? One row I am getting. One row means that is another array. So for each element, we are getting one more array. For each element, we are getting one more array. So this is first row array. This is first row array. Can I get the data from this array now? Directly, can I do like this? System.out.println arrays dot toString of AR. Yes or no? Arrays dot toString of AR. What will happen? It will take the first row. That first row will be printed. Run this. Am I able to print it? First row is printed, second row is printed. Can I directly keep ARR here? If I keep ARR, what will happen? Faces are becoming blank. Array yaar. If I directly write this, what is happening? What is happening? It is printing the array. It is printing the array. It is first row array. It is second row array. It is printing two arrays. First row array printing, second row is printing. One array, now simple man. I have created multi-dimensional array. What is the meaning of a multi-dimensional array? Rows and columns are available. Now this is one row. This is one row. Can I call this as one array? Can I call this as one row is one array? First row is one array. Second row is also one array. So when I access arrays.toString of array, it is printing my rows. This is my row array. First row and second row. This is not the right approach. Then what I am doing? First, I will get one array. First, I am going to get one array from this array. Then I will do system.out.println of arrays.toString of AR. Now it is going to print first row data and second row data. Instead of that, can we do like this also? Can we do like this also? Array of I and array of j. For every outer loop iteration, inner loop is also going to execute. Like this, you can access the data from the multi-dimensional array. I will give you these two programs. Whichever you feel easy, that one you can use it. Perfect. Printing the data from multi-dimensional array. I am printing data from multi-dimensional array by using nested loop as well as by using for each loop also. Perfect. No need to spend much time on multi-dimensional arrays because we are not going to work with them in the projects. Perfect. So with this, we are done with arrays concept. With this, we are done with arrays concept. Can we summarize what we discussed in the arrays? I think we spent enough time to understand what is array, how to work with array, and how to implement some logical programs also by using arrays. Yes. What is array? Array is a container which is used to store collection of elements with the same data type. All right. So this is the syntax to create the array. This brace you can keep before the data type, after the data type, before the variable, after the variable, anywhere you can keep it. That's not mandatory. The thing is size. Whenever we are creating the array, size of the array is mandatory. Size of the array is mandatory. And once your array is created, can you change the size of the array? No, array's size is always fixed and arrays are used to store only homogeneous data. That's it. When you want to store multiple variables, multiple values in the single variable, then you can go for arrays. If you want to store one value into a variable, if you want to store only one value to a variable, do you need to go for arrays? Then we can go for primitive data types. Already we have seen int, double, long, float, char, boolean, byte, short. There are some data types available. When you want to store only one value to a variable, primitive data types are sufficient. If you want to store more than one value to one variable, then we need to go for arrays. Arrays are used to store same type of values and with a fixed size. Array is going to store the data based on the indexes. Array index always will start from 0. It's 0. Last index will be size minus 1. How can we find the length of the array, size of the array? Array dot length available. Decimal value cannot be used for the size. Negative value also cannot be used for the size. Perfect. And we have implemented several programs on the arrays. How to find min element and max element. How to reverse the array and how to sort the array and how to print array element printing. We are able to print the array data by using for loop, by using for each loop, and by using arrays dot toString. Arrays sorting also we have done, ascending order and descending order sorting also we have done, and we are able to find the element pairs which are equal to given value. Element pairs sum is equal to given value, and we are able to find non-repeated elements also available in the array. Now today we understood what is multi-dimensional array. The array which is storing the data in the form of rows and columns is called as multi-dimensional array. When you want to access multi-dimensional arrays, you can go for nested for loop or you can go for each loop like this. So we'll talk about for each loop in the coming classes. Just a syntax I have given. So if you don't want to use it, you leave it. In the collections, we are going to understand what is that for each loop. Right. Good. With this, we completed our discussion related to arrays concept. Fine, guys. One person is asking a question. How can you assign values in the single line with a multi-dimensional array? Good question. So here, when we are using single dimensional array, can I directly store the data into array without using these indexes? How can we store the data directly in the array? Am I able to store like this? Yes, with a single line, I'm able to store the data. If it is a multi-dimensional array, how can I store the data? How can we store the data? Simple. See here. Okay, it is representing one container. Inside that, we are going to represent like this. Now, here we are going to store 100 comma 200. Here I am going to store 300 comma 400. 300 comma 400. Run this program. Am I able to get it? Yes. So this is first row and this is my second row. If you want to store the data directly in the single line, for multi-dimensional array, you can store like this. Yes. Storing the data into multi-dimensional array with a single line. So first one, it is representing first row, it is representing second row. This is first column, second column, first column and second column. Directly you can store the data into multi-dimensional array also using single line. Perfect. Good. Huh. How can we use for each loop? Yes. Like this. we are getting all the elements. So when I iterate this array, I'm getting first row. First row is a array. That first row again I am iterating. Again I'm iterating. So fine. Like this also you can do. Either you can do like this or you can do like this also to iterate it. Perfect. For each loop, guys, if you don't understand for each loop, leave it. We are going to understand that with the collections. For each, the name itself, it is going to execute the loop for each element. There is nothing to explain. It will execute for each element available in the container. Fine. So in our third chapter, part 1 is completed, that is arrays. So with this we are good with data types, variables, operators, control statements and arrays. If you go for any programming language, these topics are common. If you go for Python or if you go for .NET, if you go for PHP or JavaScript, any programming, C, C++, any programming language, these topics are common. Data types, variables, operators, control statements and arrays. All right. Now let's go for our next topic in the chapter 3 only, that is strings. That is strings. Very important. Here also logical thinking is required. Logical thinking is required when we are going for strings. Fine. Let's try to understand what is strings. Okay, guys, as part of this strings chapter, we are going to learn several concepts like string. Then we need to talk about string buffer and string builder. String buffer, string builder, that we need to understand as part of this concept. Good. The thing is, string buffer, string builder, these all are predefined classes available in java.lang package. These all are the three predefined classes which are available in java.lang package. We have used buffered reader. Buffered reader available in which package? Buffered reader is available in java.io package. And the next one, we have used arrays class, arrays.sort, arrays.toString. Arrays is a predefined class available in java.util package. Similarly, string available, string buffer available, string builder available. Now this string concept is very important. String is a predefined class. String is a predefined class in java.lang package. String is a predefined class available in java.lang package. String we can use as a data type also. String we can use as a data type also. It is referenced data type. It is referenced data type. Primitive data types available and referenced data types are available. Primitive data types, nothing but int, long, float, double, those are primitive types. Coming to referenced types, array is a reference data type. Similarly, string is also one referenced data type. String is for multi-purpose. String is a predefined class. String is a class, and we are using string as a data type also. Why? Here in Java, every class can be used as a data type. Whatever the classes we are going to create, whatever the classes Java is already provided, every Java class can be used as a referenced data type. Every Java class can be used as a referenced data type. So let me note that point here. Every Java class can be used as a referenced data type. So string is a class. String can be used as a data type. Tomorrow I am going to create employee class to store employee data. Employee class can be used as a data type. For example, here I want to store some value. I want to store product price, guys. Price is equal to 135.50. Can I store this as a double? Yes or no? Only one value. Just price I want to store. Price is a decimal value. So I'm storing that price by using double data type. Price I'm storing by using double data type. All right. I want to store product rating. I want to store the product rating. 2-star rating, 3-star rating. I want to store it. Now I am going to use byte. I'm going to use byte. Rating is equal to 5. Can I use a byte for the rating now? Byte will occupy only 1 byte of memory. That's fine. And I want to store product ID. Product ID is equal to 101. Product ID can be stored by using byte. But in future, ID may be more than 127. That's why I'm going for integer. Okay, 3 variables I'm taking: product ID, product price, and product rating. I want to represent all these things into one variable. There are 3 variables available. 3 variables I want to package as one variable. That's where class comes into picture. That is a reference to data type. Now I am going to create a class called product class. I'm going to create a class called product class. All these variables are belongs to product. All these variables are belongs to product. Product I am going to use as a data type. That product will represent all this data. So that we are going to learn in the OOPS concept. As of now, we have not discussed anything about classes. We have not discussed anything about objects. So that we are going to learn in the next chapter, that is OOPS. All right, fine. For time being, let's understand what is string. What is a string? Come on, guys. What is a string? String is a predefined class that is available in java.lang package. String we can use as a data type also. What type of data type? String is a primitive data type, or string is a referenced data type. String is a referenced data type. And we need to remember one point. In the Java, every class can be used as a data type. In future, we are going to create so many classes. Every class can be used as a data type also. Now, sir, why we need to learn this string? String is used to store group of characters. What is the purpose of the string? String is used to store group of characters. If you observe the last 3 weeks classes, I am storing numbers. I'm storing integer numbers. I'm storing decimal numbers. I'm storing single character. Did I store one person name into a variable in the last 3 weeks of time? Did I store our institute name into one variable? One person name into variable? One company name into variable? No. There is no data type which supports to store group of characters. If you want to store group of characters, the data type that we have is string. String is a predefined class. That string we can use as a data type also. String is used to store group of characters. Sir, how can we store group of characters in the string data type? String name is equal to whatever the data you want to store. That data, that if you see Ashok IT, group of characters are available. Group of characters are called as one string. Group of characters are called as one string. So in that string, you can store any number of characters. You can store one character, you can store two characters, you can store 10 characters, up 30 characters भी store कर सकते हैं. You can store any number of characters in the string variable. When you are going for string, the data that you are storing should be there in the double quotes. The data should be there in the double quotes. If you are storing the data in the single quote, what is the meaning of that? If I'm storing it as like this, what is the meaning of that? It is a character type. If you want to store single character, then you can go for char type. If you want to store multiple characters, then you need to go for string. All right. So a string name is equal to Ashok IT. Anything you can give. Now, can I just give just A? Is it valid? Is it a character? Is it a string now? String only. In the string, you can store one character or you can store more than one character also. How can you differentiate string and a character? If that is having a single quote, then it is called character. If it is having a double quotes, then it is called as a string. Now tell me, what is the purpose of string in the Java? Strings are used to store group of characters. Strings are used to store group of characters. Now, let us take here, if you go to internet, you will be using so many applications in the internet. Gmail, Facebook, WhatsApp, so many applications you are using. Now, whatever you are using, this is front end of our project. Suppose for example, if you go to contact us, there is a form available. You are going to enter your name, you will enter your mail ID, mobile number, your message. This is a form. This is a form which is available in front end of our application. Now, as a user, you are going to fill up your data. And you are going to click on send message or submit. Whenever you submit this, this data will go from front end to back end. We discussed in the application architecture. Front end will be available, back end will be available, database will be available. Now, can you see the back end of our project? What we are seeing here? We are seeing only front end. In the front end, you are filling up the form. You are entering the data in the form. You are clicking on button. Then this form data will go to back end as a string only. Every data will be transferred in the network as a string. So this is one string, this is one string, this is one string, this is one string. 4 strings will transfer from front end to back end. In the application, to represent a group of characters, we are going to use string only. Are you guys clear with my point? Yes. So string is a predefined class which is available in java.lang package. String we can use as a data type also. That is a reference to data type. In the Java, every Java class can be used as a reference to data type. String is used to store group of characters. And one more thing we need to remember, string is immutable class. String is immutable in Java. Sir, what is the meaning of that? Immutable. Immutable means once you store the data in the string, that data cannot be modified. That is the main feature of the string. String is immutable. That means cannot modify. We cannot modify the content of the string once a string object is created. If you try to modify the content, it will create the new string. We should be very careful. We need to understand lot of memory level details when we are working with the strings. Are you guys getting my point? String is mutable or string is immutable? String is immutable. What is the meaning of immutable? String objects cannot be modified. Cannot be modified. If you try to modify, it will create the new string. I have a string, I modified for 10 times. Then what will happen? 10 strings will be created in the JVM. If you are keep on modifying the string, keep on new strings will be created. Memory wastage. Unnecessarily, memory will be wasted in the JVM. So now, when you are going to declare group of characters, first you need to understand, do you want to store the data? Whatever the data that you are going to store, is that data going to change in the future, or it is not going to change in the future? If your data can be changed in the future, then don't go for string, because string should be used only for immutable strings, immutable objects. If your requirement is that my data should be changed, my data should be changed in future, I may modify my data, then go for string buffer or string builder. Those are mutable classes, mutable objects. String buffer, string builder also used to store the group of characters only. Sir, why 3 classes are available to store the data? There is a reason. There is a reason. If you want to store the data which cannot be modified in the future, then go for string class. Sir, I want to store the data which can be modified in the future, then you have 2 options. What are the 2 options? String buffer available and string builder available. Sir, why again buffer available and builder available? The difference is buffer is thread safe, builder is not thread safe. Are you guys getting my point? Thread safe, not thread safe. What is the meaning of thread safe? No, not virus. Thread safe, not thread safe. Thread safe, not thread safe means, thread safe means only one person can access that data at a time. Are you guys getting my point? Only one person can access that data at a time. That is a thread safe. If it is not thread safe, multiple people can access at a time. If you want multiple people to access your data and that data can be modified, then go for builder. You want to store the data which can be modified, but only one person should access at a time, then go for buffer class. I want to store the data that cannot be modified at any point of time, then go for string class. So Java people are very intelligent. That's why they have given 3 different classes to store the group of characters. Why 3 different classes available? For 3 different requirements. So based on the requirement, we need to choose any one of the class to store the data. Now tell me, when to go for string? When to go for string? String is used to store group of characters which cannot be modified. So that is called immutable. Once you create the string, once you store the data, that data cannot be modified in the program. If you try to modify, danger. If you try to modify, what will happen? It is going to create the new string. If I modify 100 times, 100 strings will be created. Memory khatam ho jayega. Your program will run into out of memory, because JVM is giving some memory. You are wasting that memory by creating unnecessarily objects. Unnecessarily you are creating the objects, then your memory will be completed. Agar memory nahi hai to program pad jayega. Yes or no? If memory is not there, if I don't have energy, can I teach the class? If I don't eat food from morning to till evening, after coming to the class, I will fell down, right? Similarly, if memory is not available, program also will not work. So memory is very important. Sir, in the demo you told Java is a dynamic language. Java will take care of memory management. Then why you will get out of memory problem? JVM will give you memory, but waste mat karna. Don't waste it. If you waste it, simple man, your father will give you 1 lakh rupees to lend the course. 1 lakh rupees is sufficient for completing the course within 1 year of time. But after coming to Hyderabad, every week you are going to 5-star hotel, you are doing parties and all. Then in 1 week, your 1 month, your 1 lakh will be completed. But actually, when you are starting from the home, your father gave you 1 lakh as a pocket money. Beta, 1 lakh ले लो, job लेके आ जाओ. ठीक है? ये पैसा ले लो. Next year you should come to home. Next year only you have to come to home. That too with job only. Otherwise, matana. Yes or no? My father told like that only in the 2012. Beta, take this money wherever you want to go, go. If you get the job, then only come to home. Otherwise, don't come to home. Did you get that situation? Yes or no? No. If that situation is there, then definitely you will get the job easily and early, quickly. थोड़ा pressure होता है ना, then काम करते हैं. Every month if you are getting 10,000, 20,000 pocket money, आराम से enjoy करता है. पापा भेज देगा पैसा. You are getting pocket money. If parents are giving more money, children will become lazy. Children will be spoiled. Have you seen government employees' children? कैसे होते हैं? Lazy people. Because their parents are getting the money, their parents will get the pension, their life is secure. That is the reason these people will not work hard. But if you take a farmer's sons, they will work very hard because घर से पैसा नहीं आएगा, ये लोग खुद से कमाना पड़ेगा. They have to earn on their own. So that situation will be there. So here, if you have more money, does it mean that you have to waste it? No, we have to save that. Similarly, JVM is giving the money. If you are wasting that memory, your program will fail. In future, at some point of time, your program will run into out of memory problem. So that's why I am going to store group of characters. But थोड़ा दिमाग लगा के use करना पड़ेगा. Should I use a string or should I use a string buffer? Should I use a string builder? As a programmer, I have to decide. Tomorrow, nobody will tell you which class you have to use to store group of characters in the project. That should be there in your brain. You, as a developer, you should have that maturity. Whenever you are writing a code, there will be a purpose. For a reason, we are going to write the code. When you are writing that code, you need to understand. I want to store group of characters. These group of characters are going to change in future. Okay, there may be a chance of changing. Then don't go for string because it will screw your memory. If you want to change the data in future, then go for string buffer or string builder. Sir, why 2 classes are there for mutable strings? Again, there is a scenario. Whatever the data that we are storing, can multiple people access at a time? Then go for builder. Builder will allow multiple people to access the data at a time. If you use buffer, please come in the queue. First person, you take it. After completion, second person, you take it. After completion, third person, you take it. If you go for string buffer, your threads will access one by one. Program will become dead slow. Yes or no? Program will become dead slow. So there will be a scenario when only one thread should access our data, where multiple threads should access the data at a time. That scenario we are going to understand in the multi-threading. there is a concept called multi-threading. In the multi-threading, we are going to understand what is thread safe, what is not thread safe, when to go for thread safe, when we should not go for thread safe. That concept we'll discuss in the multi-threading. As of now, you have the basic idea when to go for string, when to go for string buffer, when to go for string builder. Yes, string means immutable, cannot be modified. String buffer, string builder are mutable, whereas the string buffer is thread safe. That means only one thread can access at a time. String builder is mutable, and that too multiple threads can access at a time. All these three are our classes are Java provided classes. Java provided classes. Java classes are grouped into packages. In which package these classes are available? Java.lang package. These are available in the Java.lang package. When I am using a class from Java.lang package, do I need to import that package? That is the default, right? Java.lang is a default. Any other package class, if you want to use like buffer reader from IO and arrays from util, we have to import. But Java.lang is a default package. You no need to import. In our program, we are using one class called system. What is the class I'm using? System. Can you see where that system class available? Java.lang. Am I importing that lang package? Importing the lang package is optional. Importing the lang package is optional. In the Java, thousands of packages are available. In all the packages, only lang package is optional. Remaining all the packages, if you want to use, you have to import. Only lang package we no need to import. So that's why in my program directly I can write string str is equal to some data. String str is equal to hi. What is str? Str is a variable. Hi is the value. String is the data type. I am declaring a variable with a string data type. String data type is used to store group of characters. Used to store group of characters. This is one approach to store the data in the string. What is this? Approach 1. This is our approach 1 to store the data into string. There is another approach is also available. Approach 2 is also available. That is string str1 is equal to new string of hello. New string of hello. This is also valid. This is also valid. So now tell me, how many ways are there to create a string in the Java? There are 2 ways are available. First approach, second approach. First approach is called as string literal approach. What is that, guys? String literal. Directly I am storing the data into variable. The data that I am storing into the string is called as string literal. Approach 1, string literal. Second approach, using new operator. We discussed about new operator. What is the purpose of new operator? What is the purpose of new operator? It is used to create the object. So here I am creating the object for the string and I am storing the data. That is my approach 2. In the approach 1 also I am storing the data in the string. Sir, 2 approaches are there. What is the difference? Farak kya hai? Yes or no? There are 2 ways. There are 2 ways to store the data. Why 2 ways are there? What is the difference between them? अच्छा है भाई. Super. Memory allocation is the difference. How the JVM is going to allocate the memory, that is different. String is a special class in the Java For the strings, JVM provided special memory in the heap where my objects are going to create. My objects are going to create in the heap area. Now we have seen JVM architecture, right? In the JVM architecture, heap memory is available. What is the difference between heap and method area? Class code will be stored in the method area. Objects will be stored in the heap area. Okay, fine. Generally, when we create the object, we can modify the content of the object. But string is a special class in the Java. String class object cannot be changed. So that is the reason, security wise, because of some security principles, Java people made string as immutable. So the content of the string should not be changed. That's why JVM is giving special preference to string. That's why to store the string objects, here in the heap, there is a special memory called SCP. There is a memory called SCP. SCP stands for string constant pool. What is that? String constant pool. What is the purpose of that heap? What is the purpose of heap? It is going to store the objects. Now, heap is used to store the object. String is also one object only, but for storing string objects, heap is using one special memory. That special memory is called string constant pool. That is SCP. Now here we are having two approaches to create the strings. One is string literal approach. Second one is new operator. When you use string literal, that string will be stored into SCP. When you use the new operator, it will store into the heap memory. Are you guys getting my point? Here, I'm using a string literal directly. Where it will be stored? It is going to store in the SCP. Where this will be stored? It will be stored in the heap memory. Are you guys getting my point? So that is lot of internals that we need to understand. Which string is creating in the heap? Which string is creating in the SCP? How many string objects will be created? If I modify the string, what is going to happen? At the memory level, how they are working, that we need to understand. Are you clear with that? Now, I'm not jumping into that internals at this moment. Once we complete the strings concept, then I will tell you how the memory management is happening for the strings in the JVM. So for time being, you need to remember string is a predefined class which is used to store group of characters. String is the class which is available in java.lang package. String is having two sisters, string buffer and string builder. String is immutable. String buffer, string builder are mutable. String buffer is a thread safe. String builder is not thread safe. Thread safe means only one thread can access at a time. Not thread safe means multiple threads can access at a time. How many ways are there to create the string? There are two ways available to create the string. What are those two ways? One is a string literal, another one is by using new operator. What is the difference between literal approach, new operator approach? Strings are special classes. So that's why JVM is giving special treatment. String is a VIP in the Java. That's why special treatment is there for the string. That's why it is allocating the special memory for storing string objects. That special memory is called as SCP. Have you seen functions? ऑडियो फंक्शन और घर में कुछ फंक्शन हुआ है तो हमारा मामा जी आएगा, मामा जी इधर आ जाओ, इधर बैठो, ये चेयर ले लो. Are you going to give that special treatment or not? Yes. Why special treatment? Huh? VIP. Yes, it is a important person. Important person. So that's why we are going to arrange a special chair. Either baito clean karke saaf karke idhar baito. That special treatment we are going to do. Similarly, whenever string object is created in the Java class, string object is created, heap will get alert. Oh, my friend is coming. He is very important for me. इसको थोड़ा special treatment देना पड़ेगा. By come here, sit in the SCP because it is a special reserved area for you. What is that? Why that special treatment? Because security reasons are there. In the network, whatever the data that is transferring from front end to back end to front end, everything will be in the string format only. That Java language don't want anybody to modify our data. Java want to secure our data. Even if somebody try to modify the data, that data will not modify. It will create a new object. If a string is not immutable, data modifications will happen. Actual result, expected results will not match. Because every data project means to represent data only. We are using Facebook. We are using WhatsApp. What is the meaning of that? You are sending one message. They are replying to your message. You are sending one message, they are replying. Those messages are strings only. Those messages are strings only. Whatever the message you are sending, that means you are typing a message in your mobile, that is coming to my mobile. That means the message is traveling. The message is traveling through a network. Right? That message is traveling through a network. From one network, it is coming to another network. My friend is there in Bangalore. He is saying hi. That message came from Bangalore to Hyderabad. How? Through a network. When the data is transferring from one place to another place, that data should not be tampered. That means the data should not be modified. Even if somebody try to modify, my project should not allow to modify. That's why Java people made the string as a immutable. Even if you try to modify, that will not modify. That will create a copy. That will create a copy. Understand my point? Yes. Why strings are immutable? Definitely in the interview they will ask this question. Pakka, damn sure question. What is the difference between string, string buffer, string builder? Then what is the difference between buffer and builder? Then next question, why string is immutable? Then next question, what is SCP? Next question, what is the difference between literal approach and new approach? And they will give you some string. They will ask you how many objects will be created for the string. Because there will be a little bit confusion because heap is available, SCP is available. So we need to get that complete clarity. We need to do postmortem on the heap. Then only we are going to understand how that memory management is happening internally. Are you clear? Yes, good. Yep. Tell me, what is a string? Why we need to go for string? Come on. What is string? Why we need to go for string? String is a immutable class in the Java that can be used as a data type also. It is a immutable class in the Java that can be used as a data type also. It is used to store group of character. String is having siblings, right? String buffer and string builder. String is immutable, buffer and builder are mutable. Again in the buffer and builder, buffer is a thread safe, builder is not thread safe. What is the meaning of thread safe? Only one thread can access at a time. Only one thread can access at a time. So that's why it is called as thread safe. Builder not thread safe, that means multiple threads can access at a time. All right. Now I have already prepared that also in the notes, guys. What is going to happen when we create a string object? I am working on this. And when you create the objects, those objects are going to store in the heap. Inside the heap, constant pool will be available. In that constant pool, your objects are going to be stored. And when you create the object like this, two objects will be created. One object will be created in the heap memory. Another object will be created in the SCP. We need to understand that memory management. All right. Before going to jump into that memory management, we need to understand the methods available in the string class. The methods available in the string class. All right. String is a predefined class in the lang package. We can use that as a data type. Every class can be used as a data type in the Java. It is used to store group of characters. It is immutable in the Java. That means cannot be modified. We can create string object in two ways. What are those two ways? Approach one, that is a string literal. Directly I can store string name is equal to Ashok IT. Okay. Then I can take string str is equal to new string of Ashok IT. Like this. You can create like this. So what is the difference? Memory management. Approach 2. Using new operator. Approach 1 using string literal. Approach 2 using new operator. Now, string buffer, string builder, two classes are available. They are also used to store the group of characters. We'll talk about them later. Next one, the most important thing is string manipulation. What is the meaning of manipulation? What is the meaning of manipulation? Manipulation means changing. Manipulation means changing. Sir, string is immutable na? Then how can we manipulate? Concatenations, replacing, substring, reversing, like that there are some methods are available. Those methods we can use to manipulate the string. String class provided several methods to perform operations on the string object. Okay, string class provided several methods to perform operations on string objects. There are so many methods are available in the string class which are used to perform operations on the string object. Sir, what kind of operations we are going to perform? I am storing my data in the string. For example, here I am storing as Hyderabad. Okay. From this string, I want to get first character. I want to get the first character, or I want to reverse it, or I want to replace one character with the another character. I want to take substring. In the Hyderabad, bad is available. I want to replace bad with good. Yes or no? So can I call it as a manipulation? Yes, that is called manipulation. In order to do those manipulations, we are having some methods in the string classes. Now, I don't know what are the methods available. Can we check the methods in the user manual? Yes or no? What is user manual? What is user manual? When you purchase a product, you will get a user manual, right? Now we are using a language. Is it our language or it is another company language? Another company language. Which company developed this language? This language developed by Sun Microsystem. This language developed by Sun Microsystem. Sun Microsystem provided Java and they provided documentation also for the Java, because we are new to Java. We want to explore the Java. We want to understand what is there in the Java. I want to know how to use the Java. Now I am interested to work with the string. String is used to store group of characters. Now I want to understand what kind of operations we can perform on the string. I have stored my string. I stored my name or my city name I stored. I want to perform some operations on my data. I want to perform some operations. In order to perform the operations, Sun Micro system provided so many methods in the string class. By using those methods, we can perform operations. In the initial classes, we discussed what is variable, what is a method. Can you tell me what is variable, what is a method? Variables are used to store the data. Methods are used to perform the operation. Now I want to perform operation. For that, there are methods available. Where I can check those methods? Documentation. Documentation. Can we go to the documentation of Java? Come on. Tell me how to open Java documentation. JSE API. Java Standard Edition API. Okay. Here packages are available. So many packages are available. Do we need to remember all these things? Huh? Do you want to remember? Huh? How? I can't remember. I can't remember. Nobody will remember, man. It is not possible. Now we want to go for string class. I told that string is available in a package. Which package? Java.lang package. Can you find Java.lang? Yes, here it is a Java.applet. We don't need that. Java.io. Now we don't need that. In future, we need that. Can you check it? Java.lang. Click it. I click that. When I click that, it is showing me, guys, drag and its slide is there. You need to manage this. Scroll up, interfaces. We are discussing interfaces or we are discussing classes? Classes. Scroll down. Classes. What is this? Boolean. What is this? Somewhere we discussed class loader. What is that? JVM will use class loader to load that class file into JVM memory. Okay. What is that? Are we using compiler? No. We are not using compiler. Huh? How we are compiling the programs? Java C. Java C means Java compiler only. We are compiling. What is this? Long. Okay. What is this? Object. Come down. String. Buffer. Builder. Are we using system? No. Huh? System.out.println. We are using system.out.println. It is used to print the data. Okay. Now go to string. String. Okay. Can you read this? Are they giving the documentation of the string? Yes. The string class represents character strings. All string literals in Java programs ABC are implemented as instances of this class. Instance means object. So whatever the data that you are storing in the double quote, that will be considered as a object. Okay. Can you read this? Come on, guys. Now people faces are blushing like anything because theoretical concept. Yesterday when I'm writing the logic, क्या चल रहा है? कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Yesterday people faces are blank. Today faces are blushing. When I'm explaining theory, you are enjoying. When I'm writing the code, you are crying. You need to improve that logical thinking also. If I write one loop inside another loop, half of the people brain will be stopped. If I write one loop inside another loop, half of the people brains will be stopped. They can't understand what is happening. वो लोग उधर ही घूमते रहते हैं, बाहर नहीं आएगा. If I write 3 loops, खत्म, बाहर ही नहीं आएगा. But when I'm explaining theory, people are very responsive. They are using their energy and they're answering. That energy you need to show in the logical thinking also. That is very important. Theory koi nahi puchega. When you go for interview, nobody will ask you what is the string. because it is LKG standard question. They will give you program. I am giving you string. Reverse that string. What is the time complexity? What is the space complexity? They will ask that question. Theory is not important. Programming is important. You are going to become college lecturer to teach theory. You are going for IT. Lot of competition will be there. Smart people will be there in the IT. IT industry will take smart people. And remember, there is no reservation in the IT. IT is the only industry which it doesn't support for reservation, which it doesn't support for nepotism. Nepotism, sorry, not nepotism. Nepotism is there or not there? Fathers are struggling to get the job. बच्चों को क्या refer करेगा? Nepotism is not there in the IT, and reservation is not there in the IT. IT people are proud because IT people will pay the tax properly. Only IT engineers are paying the government tax properly because company tax काट के पैसा देगा. अगर पूरा दिए तो कोई नहीं पे करेगा. Yes or no? Right. So there is no reservation, there is no nepotism in the IT. So you need to be very smart enough to get the job. Getting the job is first challenge. After that, survival is more difficult than getting the job. Now we have you seen 30,000 people offer letters cancelled from topmost MNC companies like Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Infosys, TCS. 30,000 freshers offer letters are rejected. They gave the offer, they cancelled it. Yes, they waited for 3-4 months, they waited for a project. Simple, man, simple. They have recruited freshers. Once a fresher go to the company, can he directly write the code? Like you have seen in the movies, heroes will sit one night, project katham. Is it going to happen? Simple example, I will ask one question. Your father is having 1 crore rupees money. Okay. Now, your father and you want to construct one duplex house in your area, in your village or in your town, wherever it is. You want to construct one duplex house. The budget is 1 crore. You are just completed your BTech. Your father want to construct that house. Now you have a friend in your college who is your college topper with 95% in the civil engineering. Can you take the plan from your friend? आपका दोस्त है ना, college का topper है, 95% is having, no backlogs, all clear, college first. He is intelligent, right? If you take the plan from you, if you take the building architecture from your friend, is it risk or not? 1 crore rupees you are spending. You are spending 1 crore rupees to construct your dream house. You are not taking the suggestion or plan from your friend. Who is your friend from last 4 years? Who is your friend from last 4 years? College topper, no backlog, 95%. Just for 1 crore rupees, you are thinking about experienced person. Client will pay 100 crores for the project. Client will pay 100 crores for the project. Client will pay 1000 crores for the project. Can he take the fresher now? Just for after all 1 crore, you are thinking about experience. Client is spending 1000 crores for the project. Will he take the fresher? Why? For you, your 1 crore is important. For that person, that 1000 crores are important. That is the reason freshers are not getting the jobs. Every client is looking for experienced person. Why? Because quality. The work quality will be there. If I take a fresher, isko training dena padega. I have to give the training for the fresher for 3 months. In the training, I have to give the salary. Within 3 months, will he become a Superman to write the code? Minimum to minimum 1 year. He will take minimum to minimum 1 year to understand. For this 1 year, I have to pay the monthly salary. I have to pay PF, Provident Fund. I have to provide the traveling expenses. I have to provide medical insurance, HRA, house allowances, gym bill, mobile bill. Companies are doing that. Companies are doing that. Mobile bill, gym bill, medical bill. These all are cost for the client. So that's why clients will not prefer freshers. Now, whatever MNC companies you do you know what these MNC companies? TCS, Infosys, Tech Mahindra. These people will go to colleges. They will take the people. Those people they will keep on the bench. That means stock. Why they will keep that stock? Tomorrow when client comes, client will ask, how much manpower you have? Then TCS will open the door. देख लो मैं प्रोजेक्ट 1 साल पे कर सकता हूं. Just to show the manpower, these companies are taking the freshers. Those freshers are not going to work on the project immediately. Just for build up. Just for build up, these companies are taking the freshers. Now, the companies who has taken the freshers in the last 1 year, they are waiting for the clients to open the door. Clients are not coming. क्या करेगा? क्या करेगा? They will do one thing. They will conduct one exam. All the scrap will go. That is what happened recently. Companies conducted assessment test. Whoever cleared that assessment test, how that assessment test? Logical programming, aptitude, reasoning, but 30,000 people blasted. The offer letters got cancelled. Now what those 30,000 people will do? They will come to Amirpet now. Yes or no? Why? Now they want to go with the fake experience. If they want to go with the fake experience, they need to learn the subject. आ जाएगा. आ जाएगा. Yes or no? Now you people are intelligent than them because you realized it early. और लोग को अभी realization आएगा, हैदराबाद आ जाएगा. Sorry, hostel full है यार. I think it's better to open a hostel than institute. More business. Very good business in Hyderabad. Understood. Now, why companies are asking for experienced people? You got the full clarity? Why companies are looking for experience? Quality. Now you will ask a question, sir. If nobody giving the job as a fresher, how we will get the experience? From Ashok IT, you are going to get that. We are going to give you that experience. Now, I'm going to share my experience with you. Now you will go to the interview. मेरे पास 3 साल का experience है. काम दे दो, करके दिखाता हूँ. Survival हो जाएगा. So 40,000 people are surviving now with the topmost packages. Clients are asking for experience. हमारे पास experience नहीं है. If you want to go with experience, you should be strong in the technology. Once you are strong in the technology, then you can get the job with the experience. If you do the work properly, then you will get it. Simple example, you will go for one interview. You will go for one interview with 3 years experience. They ask you 20 questions. You are not able to answer. Rejected. Okay. Next week, one more interview. 20 questions. Rejected. Third interview rejected. Fourth interview rejected. Fifth interview rejected. Sixth interview. Already 5 interviews experience you have. 5 into 20. How many questions? 100 questions. You can write a book. How to attend the interviews. You got that experience, right? You got that experience, right? How to attend the interview. When you go for 6th interview, will you ask the question or should I tell the question and answer also? Because same questions are going to repeat in every interview. Once if you have 100 questions, if you go for any company, वही repeat करेगा. Because there is nothing else. There is nothing else. क्या पूछेगा? Tell me about yourself. What about your? Tell me about your project architecture. What are the roles and responsibilities? Where you have used oops? Where you have used strings? Where you have used multi-threading? How you communicated with the database? Where you used exception handling? Where you have used multi-threading? Some scenarios they will ask related to project. Same questions will be repeated in all the interviews. If you attend 5 interviews, you can write that book, you can sell that. How to attend interviews in Hyderabad with the fake experience. The tag also you can keep. Right. Now, do you need to bother about that to attend the experience interview? No, we need to try. 5 interviews more than sufficient for us. 5 interviews more than sufficient. There are people who got selected in the first interview itself. There are people who got selected in the first interview itself. All right. Now, let's come to the subject. Okay, ho gaya, jokes completed. String. So we understood what is a string now. What is a string, guys? Bhul gaya? What is string now? String is nothing but a data type which is used to store group of characters. Now, I want to perform some operations on the string. For that, okay, can you see from which version of Java it is available? String 1. JDK 1.0. Huh. Come down, come down. Huh. Can you see the methods now? Char at, the parameter index. That means if you want to get particular character from the string based on index, then you can go for a method called char at method. Okay. Code point at, code point before, code point count, compare to. Can you see this method? Compare to. What is the purpose of compare to? Compares two strings. Compare to ignore case. It will not consider whether it is uppercase or lowercase. It will ignore that case. Can you see this method? Concat. What is the meaning of concat? Appending. One string joining. One string we are going to join with the another string. For that we have a method called concat. There is a method called contains. What is the purpose of that? In Hyderabad, bad is available or not? I want to check. In Hyderabad, bad is available. That means one string contains another string or not? Contains. One string contains another string or not? I'm going to verify. Content equals. Content equals. Copy value. End with. Is my string ending with particular character or not? Is my string ending with particular character or not? Ends with. Then next one. Equals. Next one. Equals ignore case. Format. Get bytes, index of, hash code, index of, intent, is empty, join, last index of, length method. Array length is available, string length is available. What is the difference between array length and string length? Array length is a property, string length is a method. Array length will give you size of the array. String length will give you how many characters are available in the string. Matches, replace. I want to replace one character with another character in the string. For that we will go for replace. Now split. What is the meaning of split? Divide. Start with. Is my string starting with particular character or not? Okay. Like this 2 char array, 2 lowercase, 2 uppercase, trim, value of. Like that there are so many methods are available in the string class. Who provided these methods? Who provided these methods for us? Java provided these methods for us in the string class. Okay, let us see those methods now. Let me write my first program on the string. Can I take my class also as a string? predefined class names we should not use for our class names. That is the rule. Predefined class name we should not use for our class name. I'm taking the class with a name called string. Now it is not allowed. That's why I'm going to take it as string demo. I'm taking the class name as a string demo. In this, I'm taking a main method, public static void main. What is this? String only. That means already we are using string class, but we don't know that. Today we understood what is string. So we are using string class already in our main method. This string is a actually array. Whatever we are taking for the main method, that string is a array. Now tell me, what is the meaning of string array? What is the meaning of string array? Collection of strings we can pass to main method. Collection of strings we can pass for main method. Sir, first time you are writing the array, till today you are writing 3 dots. That is also valid. That is also valid. 3 dots represents variable arguments in the Java which introduced in Java 1.5 version. So these 3 dots are supporting from 1.5. Before 1.5, we have to write like this. This is also valid. All right. Now let me take it. String str is equal to hello. String str is equal to hello. Now system dot out dot println of str. What is that str? Str is a variable which is holding string object. Hello is a string object. Str is a variable which is belongs to string type. String means group of characters. Let me save this program. My class name is string demo.java. Okay. Java C space class name. What is the class name? String demo.java. Java space string demo. Am I able to print it? Yes. Now I am not interested to get all the characters. I want to get the first character of the string. I want to get the first character from the string. Is there any method available which will give me the character from the string? What is the method available? Caret. What is the method available? Caret. Okay. Str dot caret of 0. String indexes also will start from 0. Array index also will start from 0. Save this program. Save this program. Java C space string demo.java. Spelling mistake. It is caret. Okay. Compile Java C string demo.java Java space string demo. Am I able to get the H? What is that first character? How I am getting the first character from the string? By using caret method. Caret method is taking index. Okay. If I pass 1 E, check it. Java C string dot demo Java space string demo. I'm able to get the E. Okay. Can I get length of the string now? Can I get the length of the string? Str dot length. Length will give me number of characters available in the string class, string object basically. Str is my string object. How many characters are available in the string object? We can get by using length method. Save that program. Java C string demo.java. Then Java space string demo. 5. So total there are 5 characters available. What is the difference between array length property, string length method? In the array also we have a length. In the string also we have a length. What is the difference between array length and string length? First of all, in the arrays, length is a property, not a method. In the string, it is a method. Array length will give you size of the array. It will not tell you how many elements available in the array. It will tell you what is the size of the array. When it comes to the string, it will tell you how many characters are available in the string. Can I get a particular character from the string? Yes, based on the index position, we can get it. What is the method available? Caret method is available. All right. Now, let me take one more thing here. str1 is equal to hello. And the next one, string str2 is equal to hi. str1 is equal to hello. str2 is equal to hi. Now, I am going to do str1 dot concat of str2. What is the meaning of concat? What is the meaning of concat? Joining. If you want to join one string with the another string, we are going for concat. Okay. After doing that concat, system.out.println of str1. str1. Java C space string demo dot Java. Java space string. I am trying to concat. Hi, hello and hi. Hi should be added to hello, right? But what is the output I am getting? Only hello. String is immutable. What is that? String is immutable. What is the meaning of immutable? I am trying to concat one string with the another string. That means I am trying to modify the content of the string. Is it allowing me to modify? No. My content is not changed. The reason string is immutable. What is the meaning of immutable? Cannot be modified. So what is the output? Only hello. In the str1, hello is available. Even if you try to concat another string, that will create a new string, but original string will not be modified. Are you guys clear with my point? If you store in the another variable, then it will modify. That means you are creating a new string. Existing string को हम modify नहीं कर सकते हैं. Clear, guys? Just introduction. Are you comfortable with what is string? Now, can you go through all the methods of the string from the API? Can you experiment before coming to tomorrow's session? No. Sure. Okay. Fine, guys. Thank you. I will continue tomorrow. Yeah, guys, for online people, this is Saturday. I will take the doubt session. This Saturday evening, 4 to 6, I can take for the doubts. Okay? Fine, guys. Thank you. Please practice the string methods before coming to tomorrow's session.